Hello， 大家好，欢迎回到我的频道，2、1。Today's video is actually an advice video. Somebody asked me on YouTube how I keep myself motivated, how do I study outside of class, and how do I use dramas to learn Chinese. And since it's actually public, I think it's okay if I make a video on it. So how do I keep myself motivated? It's really hard in general to keep oneself motivated, especially like when there are a lot of stuff going on in your life and you can't just focus. It's really hard. I actually wrote a whole paragraph in response, so I'll just read some stuff and talk more about it. So some of the things that helped me are, I usually revisit my reasons for studying Chinese. And my reasons are it's fun and I just love the language. I just enjoy studying Chinese language. If you ask me what my hobby is, I'll say learning Chinese language, because that's what I do. Like, that's what I literally do, learn Chinese. Maybe I should pick another hobby, but for now, that's what it is. I understand that sometimes it gets to a point where we just don't like what we usually love to do. So it happened during my college year where I almost gave up my minor degree in Chinese language. That's how much I really disliked it during that moment of time. That's because I was like going through a lot. Maybe I should leave that for another video, like tell the whole story, how, like, what happened, why I wanted to quit Mandarin so much. But yeah. So it's okay if you don't like it 100%. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Like, I had to do all the assignments just to get good grades. Just to sum that point up, I basically didn't really sit down to study outside of class during the school session. I had other classes to do and I had other assignments and other projects from my other classes. So it was really hard to like take the time, sit down and study Chinese language. During the winter break that I took Chinese 202, I actually took my time to study, but apart from that, during school session, I was into sewing, so I was more of like sewing clothes over the break. I didn't really study Chinese. That's why, as you can see, I'm starting from the very beginning. Apart from doing the challenge, I'm currently going through my textbook 1, so I'm starting from the beginning. That's why it's good to pay attention, okay? Guys, pay attention, take notes. Try your best to like review your notes if you have while you're eating lunch, while you're eating dinner, before you go to bed. Try to review it so that those times that you've spent in class will be worth it, okay? The second point is create a plan, right? Or use a textbook, because it can get pretty overwhelming, especially when you're a beginner or when you're just trying to study by yourself. You don't know what to study, what to focus on, so it's best to create a lesson plan. So what I mean is that Monday I'm gonna learn the pronouns of Chinese like 我, 他, then learn a grammar structure, the structure of 是, which means to be, right? So use that to make sentences like 我是Medupe, 我是你的家人. Then the second day I'll learn about family. 我的姐姐,我的哥哥, right? And the structure to have 有, so 我有哥哥,我的朋友有姐姐. On Wednesday you focus on like reading, right? There's this app that I use called Do Chinese, and it has really helped me with improving my reading skill, and also like helped me to recognize different characters. Even though I don't know how to speak, my reading is becoming better. But I'm getting there with the speaking though. On Thursday you can say, okay, I'm gonna focus on the tones, I'm gonna practice saying it right. Then Friday you can watch a movie to practice on your listening skills, or you can watch YouTubers and YouTubers who speak Chinese, because I know there are like Chinese people who do YouTube too. Like YouTube is everywhere all around the world, so you can find videos on YouTube where they're speaking the language you're trying to learn, and it will help you to improve your listening skills. So that's what I mean by creating a lesson plan. Now if you don't have time for that, because I know creating your own lesson plan can be a lot, it takes a lot of time, a lot of research. So to avoid doing that, there are platforms, companies, for example, YoYo Chinese, Chinese Pods. Those are like the popular ones that I know, that have like a lesson that you can go, that you can watch, that you can use. But I think you'd have to pay for that if you want to get access to like everything. But you know, it's okay to invest. You know, anything that you do in life, you would have to invest in one way or the other. Or you can watch YouTube videos, because there are some channels where they teach Chinese, they teach Mandarin, they teach grammar structures, such as Chilling Chinese, Elementary Chinese, well, who else? Chinese Hero to Zero. So those are some of the channels that I watch. I'm using textbook. I know some people are like, oh, textbook is not as real as like real life, how they say it in real life, but at least it's something. It is something. You're starting somewhere. So don't like underestimate the power of using a textbook. 3 is have a goal in mind. That is actually one thing I'm doing with my Mandarin challenge. My goal for that challenge is to learn more grammar structure so that I can improve my writing. And that's what I'm doing in general, aside from the challenge. When I'm using my textbook, I'm looking more at the grammar points. I feel that it's important to learn a grammar structure of a language. I can look at words from the dictionary anytime, but grammar structure, it's hard to look at that from a dictionary. So that's what I'm focusing on now. Now you don't have to focus on like writing, you can focus on speaking. Maybe you'd like look for apps like HelloTalk. You don't want to use HelloTalk, you can also use Instagram. Actually, if like I made a friend on Instagram who is helping me with Chinese, and I'm helping the person with English. Then if you want to improve your listening skills, you can watch Chinese shows, Chinese reality shows, Chinese YouTubers. There's this thing that I use called Meipai. It's called Meipai. It's kind of like, I like to call it the Chinese YouTube, because like people post videos on there. For reading, I would say use this app called Do Chinese. I've mentioned it severally. It's my favorite app actually. And there's also another one called Decipher. Yeah, Decipher, and that is like, is more, I feel like the theme is more news related compared to Do Chinese. Do Chinese is like short stories, short dialogues. But yeah, I actually use Do Chinese more often. And by the way, all the people, all the channels, all the companies that I've mentioned in my video, they aren't sponsoring me for this video. I'm just saying it just because I think it might be helpful to somebody out there. My last point is don't stress. When you're learning a language, take it day by day, take it little by little, knowing that at the end of the day, you're gonna become better. And this applies to anything that you do. Take it step by step, knowing that you are improving. I know it's hard to tell at the beginning, but once you, like after a couple of months that you keep on doing it, you're just like, wow, is it me? Wait, was it me that did this? It happened to me with my listening skills. Like for a year I was like, oh my gosh, I can't understand anything in Chinese. Like seriously, that year I was focusing on my listening skills. I just wanted to improve my listening. That's why my listening skills got better. I think I'll do a video on that. But like it got to a point where I just wanted to improve my listening. I didn't see any result, but like after watching a lot of YouTube videos, I would say that my listening skills improved. I started understanding the teacher a little bit, and yeah, God has been the one that has been motivated me to study the Chinese language. He has created that passion, that desire for me to study the language. And what I want to do now is just teach what I know, like help people who are learning Chinese language. So that's it for today's video. I hope I was able to help someone out there. So don't give up, keep on studying, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. 再见. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.